This show is part of the RetroZap.com podcast network.
Punch it. Here we go. This is what you can look forward to on part 2 of your Star Wars Celebration Orlando Survival Guide, episode 158 of Skywalking Through Neverland.
And if you see anybody in street clothes with a helmet on, take a picture with them because it is probably one of the celebrities walking around.
I saw people wandering around the subway looking for Pokemon.
To my knowledge, this was the first Disney Star Wars mashup costume, August 2012.
And that was the event that I told Simon Kinberg he could not sit next to me.
I know.
Joel, just like the family room is not a babysitting place, the check room is also not a babysitting place.
When one Star Wars fan wins, we all win.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Hello, Skywalkers.
Listen! Up to Neverland!
I only hope that we never lose sight of one thing, that it was all started by a mouse.
Wow. Oh,
You are skywalking through Neverland.
Hey, Skywalkers! Welcome to
Skywalking Through Neverland.
This is your fun-filled Star Wars and Disney podcast that leads you on a tour through decades of fandom.
Wow.
I am Richard Woloski, and now everyone, please say hello to my sweetie wife, Sarah, and hopefully this week she can keep her language in check.
I hope so, because the hashtag Sarah Swears has been going all around Twitter, and I'm very embarrassed.
Let's put an end to that, then, with this episode.
Okay, well, hello, Star Wars and Disney family. Now, we like to start each and every show with a giant Wookiee hug to our family of Skywalkers who listen to this show every week. Also, the Scope Walkers and Face Huggers who watch our live stream and now our Instagram live videos. Too.
Wow.
We are inceptionizing this whole show. Here
really,
we go.
You know, George Lucas would be very proud of us. Look at our little video village we have going on.
Yes, it's true. Now, oh my goodness. So everyone who posts in our Facebook group, we love that. And everyone who shares the positivity about our adventure through fandom, our collective adventure through fandom, you are welcome here. This is where the fans go to find the bright center of the universe.
Very nice. Now, we are recording this from Long Beach, California on March the 1st, 2017.
Do you know what that means?
Yes, I do.
It's my birthday month.
And 9 more days will be your birthday.
Woo, birthday month.
Yes. And we can now say that next month is Star Wars Celebration Orlando.
Yes, we can. So coming up on today's show...
Hold on.
Oh.
You skipped something.
I'm sorry?
I have to ask you what time it is.
Oh.
And then we get to watch you flub through your clock and try to find the right buttons to press.
All right.
Because once again, you probably are not prepared.
Are you going to ask him at the time?
Yes. Sarah, what time is it?
It's 11:37. Good morning.
It's almost time.
Yes, it is.
Who wasn't prepared? Wait, what?
You know
Were
what?
you stalling for me and I was prepared?
I am deeply sorry.
Thank you.
Just like Tarkin apologized to Krennic. Okay?
Okay.
Now you quote Vader.
Apology accepted.
Captain Nida.
It's 11:38.
11:38. See, 11:38, we have to give each other a kiss.
Yes.
All right, but now let's tell everyone what's coming up on this episode where we continue our Star Wars Celebration Survival Guide tips. Now, this time, we have an inside man.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be talking with Elliot Hansen, who is the main stage pre-show DJ. He got lots of great insight about Star Wars Celebration Orlando, and he's got lots of fun behind-the-scenes stories from past celebrations.
Yes, and we should also mention that this is part 2 of our Star Wars Celebration Orlando Survival Guide, which I guess we mentioned that at the top of the show, but
yes, we did.
We'll mention it now. So one of the most common questions we've been asked is, what can we do with our kids at Celebration? So Skywalking Through Neverland Facebook admin Patty Hammond,
she is here to help guide the parents with what they can do with their younglings and Padawans. Lots to do for the little ones.
And Tyler Westhause is here to give us updates on the Drowning in Moonlight Carrie Fisher Tribute being held on the first night of the convention, April 13th, Thursday.
Yeah. We also have shout-outs, a Skywalker of the Week, and
Things we want to share.
Things we want to share. Things we want to share. Things we want to share.
So while we were doing research into our survival guide, we stumbled upon some stories and some blogs we had written years ago about our past conventions, our celebrations. So you know what? Before we go into our survival guide, let's reveal some of our favorite Star Wars celebration moments from the past.
Yeah, some of our stories. We'll share our stories with you.
Now, Sarah, you and I had gone to our very first celebration together.
Yes, we did.
Well, not including Star Wars Celebration 0.
Right.
Held back when you were 6 years old.
Right.
Back for the 10th anniversary of Star Wars. It wasn't really a celebration, but I think it's worthy enough to be called a Star Wars celebration. So,
right, but it wasn't technically billed as such.
No, but that's why I am deeming it a celebration, and we'll call it Celebration 0.
Okay.
But, you know, let's talk about the conventions we had gone to together, starting with Celebration 4.
Yes, because it was in Los Angeles. Woohoo!
Yeah.
And when was that? 2007?
2007 for the 30th anniversary of Star Wars. And up until that point, I was never a big traveler.
Okay.
And being held in so many different places outside of LA.
Right. Scary.
Yeah, very, very scary.
Especially by yourself.
But now in Los Angeles, this was a no-brainer.
I remember you were so excited. I think that Wednesday they were going to play all of the 6 Star Wars movies?
Yeah, actually it was Thursday.
Okay.
That Thursday, because at that point, the celebration was just Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Oh.
So they kicked it off that Thursday.
Okay.
With the Star Wars Marathon, all 6 movies.
I just remember you were so excited about this, and this was back when I had a 9-to-5 job. Bleh. So I wasn't planning on attending. And we had only been going out a year at this point, like a year and a half. So you were all excited. And I was like, that's awesome. I think I'll head there, after work and, see what's up. And
you had actually taken off that Friday.
Oh, okay.
That
Did
Friday,
I?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, because when I was rereading some of these stories,
okay,
I was very proud that you took that Friday off.
The start.
Seeing how you were just getting into your fandom at that point.
It's true, because the only other convention I had experienced was San Diego Comic-Con, which was nuts. And I would get overwhelmed, and I would have to go outside and read the latest Harry Potter book on the lawn while you went and did the dealer's room.
Yeah.
I remember distinctly doing that. So I was kind of prepared for the same craziness, but when I actually attended the convention, I realized, oh my gosh, this is all Star Wars. This is all amazing. It didn't overwhelm me at all, and I was sold from then on.
Yeah, when we approached the LA Convention Center, we saw all the stormtroopers and Jawas and X-Wing pilots and princesses and queens.
Just kind of filtering toward the convention center through the streets of downtown LA.
I'm going home.
Yes.
So that was a blast, and I'm so glad that we got to experience this together. Because unfortunately we couldn't experience the first 6 Star Wars films together.
Exactly. Yeah, because we had just started dating right after Sith came out.
We weren't dating in 1977, so we didn't have the
history?
Yes.
Yeah, it's true. And I remember I had to miss some of Sunday.
Well, you didn't have the history because you weren't born yet.
Right. And I remember I had to miss some of Sunday of Star Wars Celebration 4, and I got upset. I was like, why did I schedule this? And so I missed Anthony Daniels.
But you know what you didn't miss? By the time Celebration 5 rolled around in Orlando,
I was all in.
We were both good to go. We were prepped. We were ready. We knew what to expect.
Yes.
For the most part. Now, do you recall what was your favorite moment at Celebration 5? This is in 2010.
Oh, I know.
7 years ago.
Was that last tour to Endor?
Yes, Celebration 5 was last tour to Endor.
Okay, I think, honestly, that was really my favorite moment. I mean, I know that wasn't technically part of Celebration.
Well, we can roll it in, just like we're rolling Celebration 0 into Celebrations.
Yeah.
We can roll that into our Celebration experiences.
Okay, good.
So, yeah, that was exciting because we got to witness both of the conclusions of Star Tours.
Right.
Because in July, we had ridden the last tour to Endor, so to speak, at Disneyland. We were on the very last shuttle for Star Tours.
Yes.
The very last shuttle before it closed down to become The Adventure Continues. And then we got to go to the Walt Disney World, or the
last tour to Endor.
Hollywood Studios.
Right.
Star Tours last tour, which was really fun.
And that was like a celebration, because it technically wasn't the last ride, I believe, but it was the last celebration.
Right. Yeah, it officially closed down the month afterwards,
right.
in September.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the day that we had to get up at like 4 a.m. to go to the George Lucas panel.
Yes.
Which we ended up just sitting in one of the digital rooms and could have gotten there like 8 hours later.
Yeah.
And then that night we went to last tour to Endor, and it was so hot. It was so hot.
But we saw that show that they put on, and remember we were in the front row, and then they brought not Anthony Daniels, Ewok.
Warwick Davis
and his family right in front of us.
Yeah.
Right there. And they were like, oh, they're so little. Right in front of and his kids. Oh, so cute.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good time, despite the sweat, and no one there had slept in like a day and a half.
I know.
But it was great. We had won multiple trivia contests. That one where at the main stage, one of the questions was, I think the kickoff question was, all right, let's ask the face huggers and the scope walkers if they know the answer to this. The first question was, when did we first see Luke use the Force? When did we first see Luke use the Force? And my hand shot right up and said, what did I say?
I'm waiting for them to respond.
Battle of Yavin, says Joey Pity. No.
Wasn't it when he had the blast shield down?
There you go.
Oh,
when Luke
okay.
had the blast shield down.
Oh, meh. That makes sense.
The blast shield down, I can't even see. How am I supposed to fight?
Yeah.
And I want a Luke Skywalker action figure.
I could almost see them.
There you go. Perfect. And then we went to that little restaurant to get something to eat.
Yeah.
And that cast member was walking around asking questions.
Oh, yeah.
And she was asking, do you want the easy, the medium, or the hard? I told her to go to the hard and then double your efforts.
Going. Yes.
And we won.
Yes.
Yeah.
We got a whole bunch of like pins and things.
We buried those questions. And the
That
girl
was
at the
fun.
next table tried to out-trivia us. Guess who won?
You did.
We did. Yes, we did. We're a group effort here.
Yes. Aw.
Yes. But you know what?
What was your favorite part, though?
When one Star Wars fan wins, we all win.
Oh.
Let's just say that. We're one big happy family. To whoever you were at the next table, you're one with the Skywalkers. All right. Now, aside from that moment, one of my favorite moments at Celebration 5 was getting a chance to talk to D. Bradley Baker.
That's
I
right.
was an autograph helper at the next table with Tom Kane. But when I say with Tom Kane never showed up. He was off doing a panel, and then he had some interviews to do.
Oh, no.
So he never showed up that day.
Oh.
So I was sitting next to D. Bradley Baker, who I guess felt sorry for me, so included me in the conversation with him and his autograph helper.
Wrangler, yeah.
Yeah. So I had a secret agenda for how I was placed right next to him. The Force made this work. I mean, it really did, because my goal at Star Wars Celebration 5 was to get D. Bradley Baker to do a voiceover for our Star Wars fan film TPZ. And I got a chance to sit right next to him. So I was like, is this really happening? How did this happen?
Yeah.
So when he said to me and his autograph helper, hey, if you guys want an autograph, just let me know and I can give you one for free.
Aww.
And I said, you know what? I can do you one better. I don't want an autograph. I want a vocal autograph. He's like, what? I explained to him that I'm doing a short film, and Captain Rex makes an appearance in this film. And can you do a line reading for me? He's like, oh, okay, sure. So we ducked behind the curtain, behind their tables.
Right.
And we did a line reading. And I said, can we do one faster and more intense? Which, it was a very cliche line, but just getting a chance to direct D. Bradley Baker in a line reading.
Yeah. That was awesome.
My head was exploding.
There's no army in the galaxy that can beat us clones.
So, Mr. D. Bradley Baker, thank you very much for obliging. And years later at the Rebels press conference, Ooh, foreshadowing Rebels press conference. But not right now. I got a chance to talk to him again, and I gave him a card we had made for TPZ. We had made the Topps Star Wars card replicas.
Yes.
Like they had done with the new films. Made it look like it's back in the vintage days. And we had one that I had Captain Rex has voiced by D. Bradley Baker.
Right.
For TPZ, and I got a chance to give him that card. So that was my favorite moment from Celebration 5. Now let's jump ahead to Star Wars Celebration 6, and I think this is where our fandom really
exploded.
Kicked off. Oh yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, this is where we realized, hey, it's not just a couple of people talking at a convention every now and then. This is larger than life.
Mm-hmm.
Because they had held a contest, the Star Wars Celebration Anaheim or Star Wars Celebration Orlando site, Join the Party.
Yes.
They were asking people to make a video of themselves getting ready for
Celebration
Orlando.
2 minutes or less.
2 minutes or less. And we put our brains together.
Yep.
And our heads together. Whatever came first. And we made a video.
We did.
Called Slave Leia Joins the Party.
Yay! It was so much fun. Yeah, because we had actually both lost a lot of weight. So I was feeling very comfortable in my Slave Leia outfit. And you wrote it and directed it, obviously. And I starred.
You starred in it. I did get a cameo as the strangled Jabba.
Yes, you did. It was very cute.
And it was a lot of fun doing this video. Boy, I hadn't done a video like that in a long time.
Yeah, and we kind of use James Arnold Taylor as the MacGuffin of the video.
Yes.
I don't know if I'm using that word right, but
let's go with that.
Okay. The fact is, he's my crush in the video, basically. Like, I'm getting ready for Star Wars Celebration, and I'm my biggest, like, the thing I want to do most is see James Arnold Taylor.
And impress him with your Slave Leia outfit.
Exactly.
What I'm really looking forward to at Celebration 6 is seeing lots of panels, meeting old friends, meeting new friends, and, of course, seeing James Arnold Taylor.
So, James Arnold Taylor himself actually commented on our YouTube video that we finally, that we published on YouTube. And he said, "Well, I am humbled, and I suppose I should be blushing a bit too. See you there."
Now, this is when I realized, hey, we have direct connection with these Star Wars actors.
Yeah.
Other than going to the convention and talking to them, they now can respond to what we're doing on this new thing called social media.
Yeah.
And then when we got to the convention, people had recognized us from the video, and all of a sudden my head was exploding with possibilities.
And another good thing is people you meet in line, it wasn't this random fly-by-night, I met you, but then you never stay in contact. You share each other's social media, and then all of a sudden you're in contact year-round.
Yeah.
So it was really neat.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of my favorite moments from a Star Wars Celebration convention is just the fact that knowing there's a huge universe of fans out there, and it was at that point that the fan community started to be the primary goal to going to these conventions.
Oh, right. Like meeting up with people you've already met on social media.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Unbelievable. But there was another Star Wars Celebration 6 highlight.
Yes, for me.
For you, yeah.
For me, because now Celebration 6 was 2012, I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2012.
August 2012.
All right, so I had been wanting to do, well, first of all, I had gotten on Twitter, and I picked my Twitter name, Jedi Tink. So Jedi Tinkerbell. And I loved my Twitter name. There's no underscore in it. There's nothing. I am Jedi Tink. So I said, you know what? I want to embrace Jedi Tink and make my own costume that will be Jedi Tink because I so identify with this. So I sketched it out. I created it. I even learned to sew so that I could create this costume. We went to downtown LA and found like the perfect fabrics. Like finding just the right color, suede green was very, very important for the Jedi straps. So, so we created that and we went there and we entered the costume contest.
Yeah.
I was Jedi Tink.
But before entering the costume contest, we had to have many, many rehearsals.
Oh, yes. Yes, because you get like a minute on stage and you get to write up a little script for yourself if you want. Like most people wrote out like what they use to create their costume. Oh, and there's embroidery here and blah, 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 blah. Like you can, which is cool. I mean, it shows the work that goes into it. And as someone who sews, I find that intriguing. So,
but we went a different direction.
We did a different direction.
We created a whole backstory for Jedi Tank, which I thought, for me, is more exciting to know where this new creation mashup character came from.
Right. So it was like from her world. So do you want to read this?
Okay. This is what we had written for Jedi Tank's backstory. In her solitude on the world of Disney, in the Stoojon system, Jedi Tank waits patiently until the order has been cleared of the Jedi's false accusations by Emperor Palpatine. In her meditation state, she repeats what Master Obi-Wan once again taught her. At this point, James Arnold Taylor jumped in because the show host, whoever she was kind of fumbling with those lines.
Yeah.
So then James Arnold Taylor jumped in. The Force is what gives a Jedi his power. It's an energy field created by all living things. It surrounds us, penetrates us, it binds the galaxy together with a little faith, trust, and pixie dust.
Yay!
Wow, that was amazing to have him jump in and
read
those lines because he was one of the co-hosts.
Co-hosts, yeah, because they couldn't have one person read everything.
Right.
Poor guy was losing his voice. So, and well, we just had an awesome time in that contest. This was one of the first times. Like now, you see these Disney Star Wars mashup costumes all the time. To my knowledge, this was the first Disney Star Wars mashup costume, August 2012.
Yeah, you were
before the announcement.
Ahead of the curve.
That Disney, yeah, exactly, bought Star Wars. And I walked away with 2 awards. 2 of them. So the first one was a fun made-up award, and it was for the most sparkly Jedi. Yay! And then my category was the Jedi category. I ended up getting 2nd place.
Wow.
It was so cool. So
Wow.
I still have that medal hanging with all of our running medals.
Yeah, we're going to post that. That was a really nice medal that you had gotten.
Yeah.
Both of them.
It was really cool. So I actually have both of them. I found them while we were doing our massive clean out.
Wow.
So yay! That was very much a huge highlight of Star Wars Celebration 6.
But we have one more highlight that will tie into a new contest.
Okay. Are we skipping ahead now to Star Wars Celebration Anaheim?
Yeah, let's jump way ahead to 2015.
Okay.
And go back at the same time.
All right. Well, this, of course, is the first celebration we had our podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Which is super exciting. And we got to meet so many of you who listen, which, amazing.
Yeah, and it was because of the podcast that we got into the Rebels press screening.
Mm-hmm.
And
press
the press
event.
conference, yeah. And the red carpet.
Yep.
All these Rebels events because of Skywalking through Neverland.
Yeah. So neat.
Yeah, and it's because of the podcast also that we got to go to the Twilight of the Apprentice screening, which ended season 2 at Disney Studios. What was that, last year, I want to say?
It was last, like, April or May. It was in the summer-ish time.
Okay. Well, at this event, we got a lot of coverage.
Mm-hmm.
We brought a recorder, of course. Got a lot of interviews.
Spoke with Kevin Kiner. Interview.
Yeah.
Vanessa Marshall.
Ashley Eckstein. Dave Filoni.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the event that I told Simon Kinberg he could not sit next to me.
I know.
One of the biggest regrets of my life.
Everyone berated you on Twitter for it.
And you know what? Deservingly so. But at this press event, we got these really nice lithographs. Mm-hmm. Oh, it was so nice. But they didn't give them to us until the very end. Mm-hmm. Because if they had given it to us sooner, it would have been a spoiler alert.
Yes.
Would have been a giant spoiler. Now, Sarah, we have an extra one we're gonna give away.
Yes, we do. So let me describe this lithograph for you. It is only 500 were made.
Yes.
All right. And what it has is a moment from Star Wars Rebels. Now, this is the one that we have. Well, okay, so on the back is this beautiful image that Dave Filoni created.
Darth Vader.
Darth Vader with the Ahsoka lines on his helmet.
Like it's not
Not
a
line.
tattoo.
Right.
It's more like birthmarks.
Yeah, it's really neat. And the lithograph itself is
Look at that.
Ahsoka fighting Vader.
We're showing all the face huggers and the scope walkers right now.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
That's
that
better.
is so nice.
Yeah.
Now, this one, as you notice, is autographed by Ashley Eckstein.
This is ours, actually.
Yeah.
Because we opened it. Because you have to. There's a seal on these envelopes that you have to kind of tear up to open them, and I didn't want to.
So
well, we did that to one.
So
but
yours,
not the rest.
the one that we're giving away, has not been opened.
It's not open. It's sealed in this beautiful envelope.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. These are beautiful, beautiful works of art.
Yeah.
But now, Sarah, how can one lucky Skywalker win one?
Well, you will have to keep an eye on Skywalking Pod Twitter account because I will release a tweet that you will have to retweet and definitely follow Skywalking Pod to win this beautiful lithograph. All right. So just look for that and I'll probably pin it to the top of the page once we start the contest rolling. And it will have the hashtag Star Wars Rebels in it. Okay? Because we are so excited about Star Wars Rebels. And we're so excited about it.
And what they're going to reveal at Star Wars Celebration Orlando about Star Wars Rebels.
What are they?
Yeah, we don't know.
I don't know.
They're going to have to reveal something or maybe show us the season ender, the season finale, or should I say series finale?
We don't know.
We don't know. So this is our tie-in for Star Wars Celebration Orlando by giving you one lucky Skywalker, this beautiful lithograph of Darth Vader versus Ahsoka.
Yes.
Now, when do they have until?
They have until March 15th to enter. So look for that tweet at Skywalking Pod. Make sure you follow Skywalking Pod and you could be the winner of this beautiful lithograph.
Yeah, an easy way to remember the contest closing date, it's 5 days after Sarah's birthday.
Oh.
That's an easier way to remember. Okay, Ray Gobb says he's looking now. We haven't posted it just yet.
No,
so
we haven't because we're talking.
We just came up with the contest about 25 minutes ago.
And we probably won't post until this episode goes out. So just be forewarned.
As we were cleaning out our prize closet, we found these and said, hey, we need to do a contest.
Yeah, why did we not do this already? So
well, we were waiting for the right time, and this is the right time because we want to connect our episode to Star Wars Rebels.
Yeah.
And there you go. All right, now, with that all said and done, let's talk with DJ Elliot Hansen and see what he can reveal about Star Wars Celebration Orlando.
Star Wars Celebration. It's Star Wars Celebration. Let's celebrate.
Extending our coverage for Star Wars Celebration Orlando, we have an inside man joining us next.
You may know him as DJ Lobot, DJ Elliot, or just Elliot Hansen. Let's just say we have all three of them here right now.
Hey, Elliot.
What's happening? All three of me, yes.
We've heard about your split personalities.
I didn't know I had those, so I guess I do now.
You do.
All right, we want to hear from DJ Lobot.
Well, DJ Lobot is no longer allowed to make appearances due to character integrity, so no more.
Oh, so is it DJ Elliot that we have tonight?
Yes, just DJ Elliot. We'll go with that.
Okay.
How about DJ John Hollis?
Who?
I'm with him. Who?
He's the actor who played Lobot.
Oh.
Okay. Wow. Now I look like an idiot. Like, he doesn't know anything about Star Wars.
Just put that one in your back pocket so the next time someone mentions John Hollis, you'll say, he's the actor who played Lobot. Hello?
There we go.
But now, moving on to Star Wars Celebration Orlando, the topic of this episode. How many celebrations have you been to so far?
My very first appearance that I made was Celebration 5 in Orlando. So I've been to Celebration 5, Celebration 6, Celebration Europe 2 in Essen, Germany. Then we got rid of numbers, and it's Celebration Anaheim, and then Celebration in London. So
wow,
this will be no numbers, so it's just Star Wars Celebration Orlando again. So Mark and I, we have patches to give out at the stage because it's kind of like our, that's where he and I first started working together, and so we're kind of excited. There's lots of exciting things happening at Celebration this year. So,
well, yeah, that's one of our highlights. I know, seeing you and Mark Daniel warming up the crowd. Love it. Love that.
Well, you'll also see at the David Collins stage, he's going to have a brand new warm-up and brand new DJ to Star Wars Celebration with him in his room before everything starts. So we're adding that, and then we're also going to have some pre-show entertainment at the StarWars.com stage.
Oh, wow.
Well, tell us more.
You'll get to meet some of my fellow DJ friends and host friends from Walt Disney World, and they're going to start making their debuts to start increasing the entertainment offerings for everybody that's just sitting there waiting to go. So
wow. So will David Collins get DJ John Hollis?
No, he won't get DJ John Hollis. His DJ right now is up in the air because the person it was going to be is someone that I work with a lot at New York Comic Con and C2E2. He's one of the warm-up guys for Steve Harvey. His name is Ruben Irvin, but he's actually going to take, I think we're kind of in the negotiation process trying to figure out where we're going to put him, and I think he might be at the StarWars.com stage, so we'll see.
And what stage are you going to be working?
I will be at the Celebration stage, which will be the main stage, and that will be back in, it looks like Chapin Theater again, which is the theater that we've been in for the last 2 celebrations in Orlando. So.
Oh, wow. Are you looking forward to it again?
I am. It's my favorite event. It's kind of how I got started in this whole nerd DJing thing, and whereas doing some of the other Comic-Cons, it's different because we haven't necessarily won over everybody, I guess, as much as we have at Star Wars Celebration. It feels like family. It feels like coming home. So I'm really looking forward to getting to see all of my friends that are scattered across the world. All of our friends from London that are coming over, and the lovely Danish garrison, all the Denmark folks that are crazy and party, and just really looking forward to some really cool stuff. And I mean, we're going to be super busy that week because there's all this extra stuff going on as well.
So what made them decide to provide entertainment for the other smaller stages?
Well, they really liked what Mark and I do in the main stage, and it's just finding a way to increase that fan experience, to make it a party, to make it fun. And, sitting there with slides when, watching slides on a screen when it's quiet is boring. So why not, at these other conventions, it started with, again, New York Comic Con, just Mark and I. And even at New York now, we have a host and a DJ at all of the main stages. So I think we're just starting to see that, these conventions keep getting bigger. And so we keep adding people. So, it's a little bittersweet because, Mark and I, kind of feel like it's our thing, and it's kind of hard to share it with somebody else. But I'm really excited because one of the hosts, or the host that's going to be with David Collins, is a woman by the name of Amanda. So she'll be our first female warm-up host at Star Wars Celebration. So
cool.
Excited to see how she does. She's going to come with us to Emerald City Comic Con in March, so she kind of gets her first taste of how this whole process works.
Is she from Disney, or where do we know her from?
She's from Walt Disney World. She's I've worked with her from back in the day when I used to do Push the Talking Trash Can. Like, I've known her for that long, and I actually snuck her and her husband into the Jon Stewart, George Lucas panel at Celebration 5. And I sat her in the section with all the Lucasfilm people. And I remember he sat next to Ashley Eckstein, and he's at the time was a huge Clone Wars fan. So he was trying not to geek out because he was supposed to pretend he worked for Lucasfilm. And when George was there, he recognized everybody in that section. So they stood up as if they worked for Lucasfilm because they didn't want to get thrown out. So, but people kind of looked at them and they were like, who are these people? So it's funny that, full circle has come around now. and she's going to get to be up on the stage. So I think that's a really neat story. So
so
nice.
She's your Padawan.
Yes, I guess that would be so. So we have our big pre-planning meeting for all of us is on Sunday. So most of the content that they're working on, we'll start finding out probably March. But I mean, right now, we know of a couple things that might be happening. I hear the same rumors that you guys hear, but realistically, I haven't heard anything.
Okay. Do you have you given her any advice?
Just to be herself, to not come out there and try to be somebody fake. I think that's why Mark and I have been successful, is we're just two fans that are lucky enough to be up there. I mean, I've had some amazing experiences on stage and backstage, and I just want her to soak it all in and enjoy it, and just, play and have fun with these people. I mean, they're kind of a captive audience. They're not going anywhere.
Right. That's funny. Are there any kind of exclusives that you can give us, being an inside man? Any kind of tidbits?
There are going to be some people from a movie called Star Wars. They're going to come to the convention, and
Hey.
And I hear that Felicity Jones is going to be signing autographs and taking pictures.
But will she be on a stage?
I only know of that because I've seen the postings from ReedPop about her signing. So I know we really don't find out the information about what's going to happen or what's actually going on the stage. Realistically, usually till about 3 or 4 days before it happens.
Wow.
As warm-up hosts, we tend to find out what's happening the same time that you guys do. So,
okay.
Plus, anything that we do know, we have signed non-disclosure agreements and all that. And I really like my job, so. But I'll be honest in saying we really don't know yet.
Okay.
It's still fairly early. So my guesses, the things that I would guess, and again, this is me saying I don't know anything. I haven't heard anything. As a fan, my guess would be we would see some sort of Episode 8 trailer, just because at every Star Wars Celebration, we've seen some sort of big trailer moment. So it would make sense to me that we would see something like that, because they haven't released it yet, unless they release it before Celebration. But it just seems like that would be a missed opportunity, because if I'm correct, I think Rogue One comes out on DVD. Did they say April? So there's no reason to publicize a new movie while there's currently a movie in the theaters. So until you can buy it, I just don't see them investing in new stuff yet. That's just kind of what my assumption by what Kathleen has hinted at. And that is that, we're going to focus on this movie right now. So we'll see.
Right. Now, being the on-stage DJ, do you get to see any super secret clips or surprises during a show run through?
So funny story, because I can tell this because it happened. So at Celebration in Anaheim, we were in the room when they did the test for the trailer.
Ooh.
Now, we didn't see the trailer, but we heard the trailer. So I heard the Chewie we're home, but didn't really understand it in the context. But that was neat. But what was really cool that we got to see was they did a droid roll through trying to see how they would come out on stage. And it was the first time anybody had seen BB-8 move. BB-8 rolled out from stage left and R2 rolled out from stage right. And they kind of squared off up against each other, like they were dogs kind of sniffing each other, going around in circles trying to figure out what movements they could do on the stage. So, and then when we showed up to the stage, we walked backstage and there were 12 First Order Stormtroopers standing back there, and we were all just like, wow, look at that, this is so cool. And we're taking pictures and everybody's like, oh no, you can't do that. And we can hear the voices that it's all people that we know inside from the 501st. So we definitely took pictures afterwards. And then it was funny because while we were all backstage, everybody was taking pictures with First Order Stormtroopers, and we were talking with Kathleen and JJ and everybody that's standing around back there. And Lindsay and I saw that R2 was sitting over in the corner kind of all by himself. So we went over and took a picture.
Aww.
Knowing that was the screen used R2-D2 from the movie.
Oh my
goodness. So
goodness.
So that was kind of cool too. So no, being on stage and being backstage is super cool. You know, I had the moment at Celebration in Anaheim where I stood next to Kathleen and JJ watching the crowd react to the trailer. We had a similar one in London where we stood backstage and watched. Oh, geez, I can't think of his name right now. He plays the villain in Rogue One.
Ben Mendelsohn.
Ben Mendelsohn.
Yeah. So he came out. If you watched it streamed, he walked out as his character with Death Troopers, and then he walked backstage, and I was sitting on this little couch back there, and he changed into his normal clothes, like right in front of me. And I was like, all right, cool. And we chatted just a little bit, and he was super excited, and he walked out on stage, and nobody knew that they were going to show that new trailer. They had shown like the behind the scenes footage.
Right.
And so everybody walked off stage. Gwendolyn Christie, we didn't even know she was the host until she got there, and she was freaking out. She was freaking out backstage too. So everyone was super excited. And he was walking off stage, and the monitor was playing the clip again, and he stopped to watch the monitor, and he realized it was the same clip he'd already seen, so he went to walk away. And we stopped him. We said, hey, wait, they're going to show the other trailer, so just stand here because you're never going to get to experience a moment like this. And he said, okay. And he stood there, and they played the trailer. And when he saw himself on the trailer make the turn and his cape swoop behind him, he got all excited like a little kid. And at the end of it, I looked at him, and because you could hear the crowd cheering, and he was freaking out. I looked at him and I said, you're in edited for content. You're in effing Star Wars. And he screamed, I'm in effing Star Wars. And was just super excited. And, you know, it's cool that we get to see that. Like, that's where I'm really lucky.
Yeah.
But I love talking to the fans. I mean, I've met you guys through this. Like, it's the best part is meeting people in line. Like, if I'm giving people advice to come to Celebration, talk to everybody. If you're standing in line for well, probably not in the bathroom because there's kind of a faux pas about that. But like, if you're in line for the bathroom or in line for food, it's the one time you're around people that you share something in common with. Because normal people, and I don't mean this in a negative way, normal people don't travel across the country to go to a Star Wars convention. We all like Star Wars just a little bit more than the average person.
Oh, here.
Yeah, we're spending our time and money to do this. So get to know people. That's the best thing. That's what I like the most about the feeling is everybody genuinely is there to have a good time. There's no judgment. The haters aren't there. You really do get to feel the love, which is nice.
Yeah,
that's one of the pieces of advice we've been giving to people. Put your phones down and look up. Talk to people.
Definitely.
I know we're going to be very guilty of that because we're always posting something.
And if you see anybody in street clothes with a helmet on, take a picture with them because it is probably one of the celebrities walking around.
You know what? That's a very, very good point.
Good tip there.
Yeah. We followed Daisy and John around the show floor, and all they did was have stormtrooper masks on, and nobody knew it was them until afterwards. And then everybody's like, and I'm like, did you ever stop to wonder why there's a camera crew following around these two people with masks on? Like, be aware, because there's always interesting stuff that happens out there.
Richard, you have a good celebrity radar.
Yeah, my radar will be going off, and it'll be pulling off the helmets of everyone going, you Alden Ehrenreich? Alden Ehrenreich? Alden Ehrenreich? Because you know he's going to be there. Come on, where's that young Han Solo?
Yeah.
So please tell me you got a picture of yourself with Director Krennic.
No, so we have a really strict no photograph policy backstage. Like taking a picture with R2 or with stormtroopers is kind of like taking pictures with props. It's not taking pictures with people. And I'm not a real big celebrity photo fan. because I mean we're all there working. So they look at us, the celebrities and the people that are there, they look at us like we're one of them. Right. And so the minute that you take that camera out or you take the phone out, you stop becoming somebody working on this together with them and you become the fan.
I would risk that. Getting a picture with one of the actors in costume. Oh. You know what? I would lose my job over that. That to me is just the ultimate excitement.
Yeah, I'm not a big, it's not my thing. And the fact that I can have that conversation with him and I'm going to get to bump into him at Celebration, hopefully, and say, hey, remember that? And he'll be like, oh yeah, that was super cool. Thanks. You know, that to me, I mean, yeah, but I mean, there's exciting things. Cause I mean, we're what, at the 40th anniversary at this celebration. So maybe there'll be some 40th anniversary stuff there.
It's all very exciting.
There's people that I know that are going to be there because they're friends of mine. Like Pablo Hidalgo is going to be there because his wife is going to help our team out.
It's going to be exciting.
Yes.
We'll see if Harrison Ford crashes an airplane again a couple weeks before
Maybe if he crashes into the convention center, it'll cancel itself out. It is, but you know, it's Harrison.
He's the only one that we've missed. Like that's the only one that of the people.
Besides, it's Harrison Ford. He's gonna be okay. If he survived this long, he's gonna be okay.
I really want to see, because now that, you know, everything has changed at Lucasfilm and everything has kind of changed at Reed Pop, I really want to see us invite David Prowse to this event.
But do you think he would?
I watched the documentary because I didn't know anything. I just knew that was the name that nobody spoke of. Like that's like the Voldemort name.
Yes, he who shall not be named.
And I'm like, well, can't we get him to one before he passes away? Like that's.
Wow, that would be. Well, I think maybe George would look at that like, dude, really? Seriously? After all he's done, you guys are going to invite him? But then again, I don't think George would care at this point.
And he doesn't know information now.
Yeah, I think, as long as you don't tell David Prowse any secrets, I think you'll be good.
I think you're fine.
Now, are there any secrets that you can share with us in terms of what you and Mark are going to be planning for your warm-up? I know you said that the main coordination meetings won't be happening until March, but is there something that you and Mark are planning together?
Well, the big thing that we did is we for years have been getting patches from the 501st guys, and we've gotten lots of swag being up there. And so Mark and I designed a patch for the two of us for this celebration that we're going to have available for people, you know, to trade and swap with. So,
you know what?
You know, we just got the Kevin Leal just did the design for us. It's super cool. It's definitely, if you remember at Celebration 6, I think we did that's not an orange, that's a space station.
Yeah.
So it may or may not have an orange that looks like the Death Star on it.
Nice.
We'll give you one of ours if you give us one of yours.
Absolutely. No, and that's our favorite part, is it gives us a chance to meet everybody. I mean, that legitimately is my favorite part, is getting to walk around and talk to people. So I've enlisted some help to help me film that video that I do every year, because it's becoming much bigger. My friend Amanda Pearson is going to help me film all of that. She's got this fancy new camera, so she's going to be running around filming people dancing and doing crazy stuff for that finale film. And Mark and I are sitting down, and he's come up with some like video stuff he wants to film, and just trying to work with Warwick too to try to put together some fun content. You know, we really like working with Warwick, and we've got some really cool things that he has access to, because obviously we live in Orlando. So it'll be really neat to see what we do with all that stuff.
Wow. And once again, we are open for your video and audio needs. If you need anything, we'll be coming in on Thursday. So after that, you need us. You have our cell numbers.
I see you submitted your podcast stuff, so.
Yes, we did. We are excited about that. Hopefully, crossing our fingers, obviously. But you said we are excited about another event that's going on that week, and that is Galactic Nights, which is one night, technically, but you will be there?
That's right. Star Wars Galactic Nights on April 14th at the Disney's Hollywood Studios. Yeah, I'll be part of, I think, what's called the Rebel Base activities, I believe.
And is there anything you can tell us about that?
I don't know anything. Okay. I know what's been released on the blog. I know, and it's funny because the minute it came out, everybody emailed me and messaged me like, "Oh my gosh, are you doing this?" And I was like, "I don't even know what it is yet." And I was fortunate to find out who the show director was, and I sent him a message and was like, "Hey, are you the show director?" And painfully waited, 15 minutes to get a response back that was like, "Yes." And I was like, Do you need a DJ for this? And then waited another 15 minutes. He's like, "Yes." I'm like, well, this is the part where you say it's me. And I think Mark's still waiting to hear on 100%. Things obviously work a little differently at Walt Disney World than it does with our association with Lucasfilm. But I obviously said, look, Mark can be on the stage with me, but they might be using him somewhere else in the park because of his Parks blog stuff that he's doing, and who knows? So he's quite the Disney person now. So
yeah, he is.
It makes me sad because I want to be there with him.
It's like in The Empire Strikes Back when they separated R2 and 3PO. You can't separate you two.
I know, and it's funny because now we're trying to kind of like we had an idea of doing something very similar to what ended up becoming the Star Wars show, and we're like, man, what the heck? Like these California guys keep forgetting about us because we're over here in Florida. We're like, hey, we're over here.
Over here.
And I think we haven't gotten 100% confirmation yet, but I know the weekend after Star Wars Celebration is the Dark Side Challenge marathon.
Right.
And so we're waiting on our confirmation for that, but I'm pretty sure he and I will be returning for that the week after. So, if you decide to stay through the week, then you can run more.
Nice.
Yeah, unfortunately, as much as we would love to stay, we have to head home on Tuesday?
Yeah.
Oh, you have these things called jobs?
Yeah, we have this thing called a mortgage payment. We got 2 bunnies to take care of. They rely on us.
You know how to solve that mortgage problem issue is to move to Florida where you pay next to nothing for a house.
Yeah, but then again,
there's that
you're
weather.
sweating 12 months out of the year.
Yeah, but there's no state tax either. So, I mean, there's these little perks that, help you out.
And you have alligators. I don't know.
Only in anywhere there's standing water, like.
That's all.
And you have these bugs the size of a baseball or a football or whatever kind of sports ball that I'm trying to think of.
Yes, you seem like the big sports person.
Oh my goodness. Well, we are big Star Wars people.
Judging by that sports analogy, could you tell?
Yes, obviously you like the baseball games where they throw the orange balls through the goalposts.
That's what I keep saying. See? See, I'm not wrong, Sarah.
It's true. Well, you know what, Richard? You're not the biggest sports person, but we are big Star Wars people, and we cannot wait to see you at Star Wars Celebration. Now, before we go, DJ Elliot. I can call you DJ Elliot, I guess.
Call him DJ John Hollis. Do it. Go ahead.
Okay. DJ, so John, no. Can you tell us where people can find you on social media?
Right now, the Twitter handle is Star Wars DJ. I don't do a whole lot with that. I'm in this kind of battle with Twitter and the guy that holds my DJ Elliot trademark name, so hopefully that will happen here shortly. But pretty much just if you go to the website, which is djelliot.com, that will link you to SoundCloud, which I can now start posting stuff on again, and Facebook and all that other stuff. So I don't do a ton of stuff on social media because I don't know. Maybe I should work at that.
It does take work. It's true. But
it'll be your next step into a larger world. Trust me on that. All right there, DJ Lobot, DJ Elliot Hansen. Thank you very much for coming on and sharing some of those fun behind the stage stories. And yeah, can't wait to see you and Mark and what you two have to bring to the main stage at Star Wars Celebration Orlando.
Thank you so much. You guys have a great day.
Shout-outs, Skywalker shout-outs. Which Skywalkers get props from here in Neverland? Who has tweeted out? Shout out. Who has photobombed? Shout out. Who has shared a post? Shout out.
Now for our shout-outs, we have a special announcement that'll roll into more shout-outs.
Yes, it will, because we have a new design for Star Wars Celebration Orlando. I'm so excited. I just finished designing this last week, right as the TeePublic sale was going on, so it was perfect. It's a beautiful design. It says, "The Force is strong in our family of Skywalkers." Oh, I just loved that. The Force is strong in our family. I just love that phrase, and Skywalkers, and everything just came together. And when I thought of that phrase, I immediately saw an image in my head of, like, you know, the world with a bunch of characters holding hands. So that's exactly what I created.
Like Hands Across America, circa 1985.
Yes. So I had lots of fun, and you helped me figure out which characters we should include because, oh my gosh, there's so many.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, so I think I did Ahsoka first. She was my first one, and then Tinkerbell was soon after. So if you look at the design, and I know many of you have ordered it already, there are a ton of fun characters there.
Yeah, so on top of the globe,
yes,
there's all these characters holding hands, but they're not all characters.
No.
No, some are just people.
That's right.
Guys and girls. So, you know what? If you Skywalkers want to say, hey, that's me right there, that's me, or that's me,
yes,
you go ahead and say that.
Yeah, we did that so that we could all be included.
Yeah, so they weren't all characters, because we're not all about the characters, we're about the family of Skywalkers.
Yes, and the Force is strong in our family of Skywalkers.
Yeah, you gonna show the face huggers and scope walkers?
Oh, okay, the design?
Yeah,
sure.
in case you haven't seen it yet, here's this design. All these characters holding hands at the top. You have these laser bursts coming out of the side. And in the middle says, "The Force is strong with our family of Skywalkers." Now, this is our Star Wars Celebration Orlando exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
But after Celebration, are we going to release this without the Celebration?
I think it's more special if we keep it celebrating Star Wars Celebration Orlando. And that's one thing I want to say is, even if you're not going to Star Wars Celebration Orlando, you can celebrate it by getting this t-shirt, because I have uploaded it to TeePublic, which means it's available as a t-shirt, a tank top, a sweatshirt, a laptop sleeve, which we might have to get for our laptops, a travel mug, a coffee mug, a phone case, a notebook, and a wall print even. You can even get this as a print, and a canvas print I've seen, which is crazy. That's like over $100, but it's still available.
Wow.
Like, they can print this on canvas.
Oh,
this
that
design.
is so nice.
It's really neat. So, and we've actually had 31 items sold so far, which is awesome. So Skywalkers, you are loving this design, and you'll be joining a healthy group of Skywalkers if you get this. So even if you're not... Oh, see, Chica Fent even says my shirt is on its way.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chica Fent, for supporting the show.
Yeah. So let's say, actually, that this Star Wars Celebration Orlando version of this design will be available for a limited time.
Okay.
How
fair
about
enough.
that?
Fair enough. I like that.
Okay.
So it's an exclusive. Oh, I love exclusives. Now I have to buy another one.
Yes, and beyond just a t-shirt or all these items design, we will have buttons at Star Wars Celebration Orlando that if you see us, you will be able to get one of these buttons. And if we are announced as part of the podcast stage family of podcasts, then we will definitely have these buttons to give away for that as well. So exciting. And also, Richard, something we haven't done before. A patch.
Oh, yeah, a patch.
A patch. We are working on making this design into a special patch that will be available either to purchase and or to trade at Star Wars Celebration Orlando. So, exciting.
Yeah, you asked for them, and here they are.
So, let's... Oh, okay, so here's where the shout-outs come in, because... it was available this past weekend. It was so cool to see so many Skywalkers excited about this design. So at Amy Wishman, she tweeted, "I ordered one for me and one for the youngling. Let's make Star Wars Celebration Orlando a sea of Skywalkers." Aww, isn't that sweet?
Nice.
And at Darth Tuba, he tweeted, while we can't attend Star Wars Celebration Orlando this year, we will definitely be celebrating at home with these awesome Skywalking Pod shirt designs. So thank you, Darth Tuba. That's an example of how you can celebrate Star Wars Celebration with a Skywalker selfie while Star Wars Celebration is going on. So that brings me to, don't forget about your Skywalker selfie. So each week when you're listening, take a selfie and share on Twitter or Instagram. So right now, guys, stop, take up your phone, do a selfie, go click, and then share it. Share it, hashtag Skywalker selfie. Do it now.
Nice.
Yay.
Nice.
Just like Marshall Gabe did. At Marshall Gabe tweeted, another wonderful overtime weekend made easier with Skywalking Pod. Hashtag Skywalker selfie. Yay.
Very nice.
And he tweeted a picture of him.
Love it.
All right. Well, I have one more shout out. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Now, as you know, we're on Facebook Live as well as Periscope when we record each week. And I want to give a shout out to Alizara and Derek L., who on last week's Periscope Live tagged a bunch of their friends in the comments and said, my favorite podcast, Skywalking Through Neverland, Star Wars and Disney podcast. Take a listen. Aww, isn't that sweet?
That is very nice.
So we want to thank you so much, Alizara, for helping spread the word, because those listens are our lifeblood.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So thank you for tagging your friends and saying, hey, listen to this.
Yeah, we've had a big surge in downloads lately. So, you know what?
I think it was Alizara.
Yes, it was. Thank you, Alizara. Thank you very much. Now we have another special Skywalker to honor with a Rob Dellinger jingle.
Patrick Pine. Patrick Pine. Patrick Pine.
So congratulations to Patrick Pine for being this episode's Skywalker of the Week.
Yay! Now, Skywalkers, if you want your very own jingle that has been composed by Rob Dellinger,
The John Williams of podcasting,
all you have to do is share a tweet of this show with your friends, or share an Instagram post, or share a Facebook post of this show, and just say, hey, this podcast is awesome. Please listen.
then maybe you'll get your very own jingle by Rob Dellinger.
The John Williams of podcasting.
The circle is now complete.
Looks like Chickafant just shared a Skywalker selfie.
Oh, can't wait to see that.
I know.
All right, now let's bring on Skywalking Through Neverland Facebook group admin Patty Hammond, who has some tips about what to do with the younglings at Star Wars Celebration Orlando.
Younglings! Younglings! A visitor we have.
Now, one of the topics that has come up quite frequently is concerned parents who ask what can they do as a family. If past conventions are an indicator, then there's plenty that will keep the little Padawans very busy.
Now, let's bring on Skywalking admin Patty Hammond to talk about the family-friendly side of Star Wars Celebration Orlando.
Hey, Patty!
Hey, Richard and Sarah.
Are you all excited for Celebration?
Yes, I really need Celebration right now.
Yeah, that's been our motto for the last, 3 years now?
Well, I did get to go to Europe, so
Ooh.
you guys, yeah, I went to Star Wars Celebration Europe.
Oh,
That's
lucky you.
right.
Yeah.
That was our 20th anniversary gift to each other.
Oh, that's a great anniversary gift. Richard will have to remember that
Yeah.
in 11 years or so.
Start marking up the calendar.
Yeah.
But now let's talk about this celebration, which is just happening in a mere matter of days. And you had written an article for the Future of the Force website where you offered advice to parents who are attending with their younglings. Now, what was the one comment that popped up most frequently?
Snacks and breaks.
That makes a lot of sense with younglings, I think.
Yes.
You know what? I kind of act like a youngling sometimes, and I need snacks and breaks.
Yep, me too. So I'm right with them.
Well, okay, so I know the schedule of events hasn't been released yet, but judging by the last few celebrations, what can parents do with their kids at Star Wars Celebration Orlando?
Well, you know that the 501st and Rebel Legion and the R2 droid builders will always be there. The Mandalorian Mercs. So there's always stuff to do with the kids with all those groups.
So, like taking pictures with them, right?
Not only taking pictures, but sometimes they even have demonstrations or, things that they can learn from those groups.
Okay, now, what about the family area? I know that's a big draw for families because they can go in there and play activities, play games, get involved with some classes.
Yes, there's usually like special guests who want to do demonstrations and art work or building. For example, the Lego stand usually has a whole section of things for the kids to do.
Ooh, like building something?
Yeah, so Lego will donate huge amounts of Legos for dioramas for the kids to jump in. And once kids start building with Legos, the rest of the day is just set.
Correct. And then there's always the R2 Builders Room, where they can go and walk around and look at the robots and the other R2 units and learn about all the different ways of making them. So that's a good educational tool, and also it's a lot of fun.
Oh.
Yeah. And let's go back to the family room, because I know there's so much to do in there. So what can you tell us about what kids have done in the past, at past celebrations in the family area?
Well, in the family area, there's usually a lot of things to do with the special guests. It's a great place for the whole family to take a break. There's a lot of kid-friendly things to do, like, crafts and things that they do for, like, lightsaber building, to put the lightsabers together, that kind of thing.
Right.
So there's always stuff to do in there. And I know there's usually special guests in there who spend time showing the kids how to do something.
Right.
Like I know for sure at Anaheim, they had your friend that does the origami there.
Yeah, Chris Alexander, who will be going to Star Wars Celebration Orlando, and he'll be having like 1 or 2 sessions every day.
Right.
Which is going to be really exciting.
In the family area?
In the family area, and he's got some new things cooking up, which I don't want to spoil just yet, but they're awesome.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I know for Star Wars Celebration Orlando, like 5 or 6. I remember I took a break in the family area, and I did some origami.
You got
with Chris.
lost. You got lost in there for quite a while. I couldn't find you.
Well, you know what happened? So Chris, I was taking his origami class, which we still have the little Jabba that I made. Mm-hmm. Remember that?
And the Star Destroyer sitting right over here behind us that you made.
Yes. And then I happened to be finishing up with Chris when all of a sudden I look over and there's an art class by Dave Filoni, and he's teaching all the Padawans and me how to draw Ahsoka, her face, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. So I thought it was super cool. So even an adult can have fun in the family area.
Yes, definitely. That's what I experienced. Even the one in Europe was that way.
Oh,
I wandered over there a couple times. I did go over there. At the time that I wandered over there, they were doing models. They were showing kids how to do model kits.
Oh, were these like model kits you had to glue together though?
I think they weren't. They were the ones that you put together. They were not glued. I think they were just
by the snap
kind
together.
of like a puzzle.
Okay, because I can't deal with the glue together ones. Not happening.
There would be glue everywhere. Oh my goodness.
Okay, cool. So was there anyone, like special guests teaching there?
Not at the time I wandered over there, but because it was just, volunteers and stuff there at the time.
Okay.
But I heard there were artists there. I heard there were special guests that popped in. But as I said, at the time I wandered over, I didn't see that because that was not one of the times they were there.
Okay.
Yeah, Ian McCaig, who was one of the designers for Darth Maul and Padme Amidala, has taught classes.
Wow.
Matt Bush.
Oh, artist Matt Bush.
Yeah. So it's just
Didn't Randy Martinez also do something there at Anaheim, if I remember right?
I don't know.
Didn't he have like some sort of class?
You know what? I think he did.
He has taught classes, but I'm not quite sure if he was in Anaheim teaching classes. But I'm sure he was, or maybe he just sat in on a class taught by Dave Filoni.
Or maybe it was the last time it was in Orlando.
Okay.
Maybe that's what. Maybe that's the one I'm thinking of. It wasn't Anaheim. It was the Celebration 6.
Okay.
Now, when writing your article, what was some of the topics that you covered?
I covered things to do with your kids. Of course, the snacks and the breaks were very important. But also the biggest thing was being flexible on your planning because of things being so crowded, so busy, waiting in long queues, and to get your kids to be prepared for that. You got to let them know that they might not get to that panel or get to that activity that they wanted, and have multiple ideas for the same time frame.
Right.
So they're not disappointed.
Or make sure you have an iPad for each kid that's not going to run out of battery. So if you are waiting in a long line, they can be occupied.
Correct.
Or maybe download Ellen's app. What's Ellen's game?
Heads Up.
Heads Up. There you go.
Heads Up. That's it. Well, at Celebration Europe, the big one was Pokemon Go. It literally released the day before the celebration started.
Oh, jeez.
I bet people made some friends that way. Like,
I saw people wandering around the subway looking for Pokemon.
That's awesome.
Could they find them in the laser tag area where the stormtroopers could blast them?
I wasn't over there, so I don't know.
Now, one of the workshops they've had in the family area before is how to dance like a Twi'lek.
What?
I wouldn't mind sitting in on that one.
That'd
be a whole lot of fun.
I'm sure, Richard. I'm sure.
Just for podcasting notes only, of course.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure,
depends on who the
Richard.
Twi'lek is who's teaching you, huh?
Yeah. Maybe Femi Taylor could make an appearance. That would be kind of awesome. Who played Ula in Return of the Jedi.
You know what? Speaking of, at Star Wars Celebration 5 and 6, remember the belly dancing Slave Leia?
Yeah.
She hasn't been back since Celebration 6, but there was always the class.
Yeah, I'm sure now that Disney has taken over, she won't return.
Oh,
which is too bad because that was always very popular.
It was.
Now, I'm glad that you said that there's other stuff outside of the family area because Disney had, I'm not sure if it was a Disney set up Jedi Training Academy, but it was in the same vein like you see in the Disney parks where the kids get to fight Darth Vader.
Yes, that was the idea. It was very similar to the one in the parks. I can't remember if it was, because they also had it in Europe too.
Oh.
So I think it's Disney sponsored, but it was a lot smaller.
Yeah.
Than the ones over at the parks.
But didn't they have it every half hour on the show floor?
Yeah. It was
it
so
was
popular.
multiple times a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, kids just ate that up. And still, they wouldn't let adults in.
Nope.
Can't be the rebel spy. Can't be a Padawan fighting Darth Vader.
I'll make you feel better, Richard. I was not the rebel spy either.
Yeah, but you don't go to Disneyland every week. I'm still not the rebel spy, but you know what? There's always hope.
It's true.
Now, what should parents talk to their kids about before going to Celebration?
Well, one of the things is that they have to be prepared for disappointments because they might not be able to get to do everything that they want because of how crowded it is and because of everything going on. Also, that they should be prepared for lots of stuff, lots of noise. Especially there are kids that I knew growing up that they were very sensitive to noise. So things, kids with autism and things like that may have issues at some times when, things are loud or things are crazy because of something going on.
Okay.
Right.
And then, of course, the biggest one is about the cosplay.
Right.
The kids a lot of people like taking pictures with the kids that are in cosplay, but some of that could get too hot. It could get, they might irritate the kids. And maybe if they've never been there before, they need to be prepared that if they dress up, they may actually get stopped a lot to get pictures done. Now, some of them may like that, but some of them may not.
Right.
And plus, on the other side of cosplaying, the parents should really warn their kids that you may see some creatures walking the hallways, because I've seen kids run in fear of those big Gamorrean guard cosplayers.
Oh,
they get real, and of all the Sith Lords, the Darth Mauls, the Zabraks.
Yeah, those are scary.
Yeah,
and scary.
The Mecha Maul. I've seen kids run. And just run into glass doorways when they're up against Mecha Mall because they don't expect to see him coming. And I've seen kids just take a header into those glass panels, which at the time wasn't funny and still not funny. But come on.
But then I've seen the opposite. I've seen some kids go who are especially her in dress up and have lightsabers, they want to go and attack those people, and sometimes they don't even know the kids are behind them to attack them.
Whoa.
Yeah, so parents should really keep an eye out for their kids.
Yeah.
At Celebration, because there's so much to look at, so much stimulation that the kids will just wander off in every and any direction. And as Chris Alexander had told me before, that some parents will think that the family area is a drop-off for the kids. They can leave them and walk away. But no, that's so not the case. It's not a babysitting service. It's something to enjoy with your kids, to take these classes with your kids and do these activities as a family. Hence the
That's why
name
it's called
family
the family room, not the kids' room.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And that's why, they have people like Dave Filoni teaching everyone how to draw Ahsoka.
Yes. Now, another point that you had written about, Patty, on your site was someone had suggested that during the course of the day to take your kids outside, just get them away from all that stimulation and let their brains go back to reset.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then go back inside.
Yep, to take a break. That's part of the break thing. I mean, that's one of the common things, is either take a break in the building or take a break outside the building. The kids don't have to be there all day at Celebration. It's pretty cool. But,
right.
Maybe different stimulation,
Or you could also do what one of my Skywalkers are doing, which is he's bringing a kid each day, a different kid.
Right.
So.
Yep, that's what my friend in London did when she met me at Star Wars Celebration Europe. She brought her son one day and her daughter the next day.
Yeah, so that way they each get a break, because we as adults, we can't get enough of Star Wars Celebration, but kids might be a little overwhelmed.
Oh, so
Correct.
much, yeah. I mean, the kids might be diehard fans, but they may be diehard fans from afar. They may love watching the video games, watching the shows, playing outside with their friends, but when it comes to having all this around them, might be a little bit too
Sensory
much.
overload.
Yeah, so I think parents really need to talk to their kids about what to expect.
Right.
Not just do the whole, hey, I want to see this firsthand, and I want to surprise them with this and surprise them with that. And no, that doesn't always work.
Yeah.
I know the parents know their kids best, but really, really think about telling the kids what they're going to be encompassed with this whole experience.
Yes, my friend Pippa, who helped me write this article, she had about 5 things to sum up what parents should be aware of and also prepare their kids for.
Okay.
One of them is to prepare the kids beforehand for noise, crowds, photographers, etc. Just be prepared for any unusual thing that may happen. There are a lot of strangers in the room. They need to be aware of what to do just in case somebody does something that they don't like. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, not that there's anything going to happen, but you never know.
Okay.
And another thing she points out is have plans for meeting places or safe zones just in case of separation, or just in case they do separate, because they want to go to 2 different places. They got to know exactly where they're going. So get an idea of the layout and also identify places to meet up and times to meet up.
Like under the giant Death Star.
Correct.
Okay.
And the other thing is that look around and make sure you know where the restroom facilities are. That's very important.
That's almost more important than the exit.
Correct. And then, of course, that one of her other advice is of hand wipes and sanitizer and headache cures, just in case you need it. And a lot of them did mention bringing an extra change of clothes, just in case they get hot, they get cold.
That, you know what, that is a good point. It is cold in the convention center. It might be hot outside, but that convention center is like 70 degrees, 65 degrees, something. So bundle up the kids or bring extra layers.
Right.
Correct.
And if the kids are toddlers, don't bring a stroller. Maybe rethink that and put the kid on your back. If it's smaller than a backpack, then
in a Yoda,
it's fine. Yeah, he or she
backpack
will be great. Just don't bring those strollers. I mean, how many times can we all count the number of bruises we've gotten because someone will whack you in the shins with their big 2 baby stroller machines?
Yeah, it's a hard call there.
It's really not.
Okay.
Put one kid in the back, one kid in the front. and you're all balanced out. You're not going to fall over. And there's also a bag check there. If the kid needs a timeout, just go check your kid. Is that a thing, Patty?
No, that is not a thing, Richard.
Oh, maybe I should delete that part then. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
just like the family room is not a babysitting place, the check room is also not a babysitting place.
Even if the kid is acting up, you can't just shove the kid in there for a while?
That's when you exit and come back later.
Okay, what if the Last Jedi panel is coming up and your kid is getting grumpy and tired and hungry? Then can you check your kid into the bag check area?
No, that's when you have somebody who can. That's when parents need to tag team. One parent goes into the panel, the other parent has to take care of the kid.
How sad.
One of the people that helped me write this article said that the Star Wars Celebration app is the biggest thing that they use to help with planning and also for last minute changes.
Okay.
So that even though it's, and it's good for all ages, not just people with parents, and it's not just good for single attendees, it's good for everybody. There's, different, it has information on panels, the exhibitors, the signings, the store show, the store. So It gives you information on what's, going on there.
Nice.
So it's a very good thing. It usually updates about a few weeks before the event.
Okay.
Right.
But you can download it. You can download it now. It'll still say Celebration Europe. It'll auto update when it's ready.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
All right.
Because that's what happened when I had Anaheim map. It changed to Europe a few weeks before I went to Europe.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Now, if the Skywalkers out there want to read your article, where can they find that?
They can find that at futureoftheforce.com.
All right. Well, Patty, thank you so much for joining us today. And if our Skywalkers want to get in touch with you, where can they find you on social media?
Oh, they can find me on both the Twitter as Patty Bones 2. They can also find me on Facebook. I'm usually in multiple groups. Of course, Skywalking Through Neverland, Fangirls Going Rogue, the Star Wars Podcast Alliance, and Full of Sith Facebook group. I mean, I'm all over the place.
All right, Patty, with that, thank you very much, and we will see you very shortly at Celebration Orlando.
I cannot wait.
A long time ago, in a country far, far away. Well, how far is too far? That's right, out here in Australia, we also cover fandom on a podcast called Ozfans Radio Network, where you can come and enjoy some news about Star Wars, Star Trek, and much, much more. And don't forget to have a laugh. That's right, we don't take ourselves too seriously here at Ozfans Radio, but at the same time, we come in with all the great news that you want to hear from. New movies, new books, comics, merchandise, that's right, all those collectible things that you love to see, all the toys and more, that's right. And we cover Mad Max, Battlestar Galactica, and music. If you're into guitars, this is the place for you. All here, OzFansRadioNetwork.podbean.com.
Jamie, I think I've intercepted and piggybacked our signal onto the Skywalking Through Neverland broadcast.
You're right, Paul. Our listeners have spiked through the roof.
Quick, let's get the word out.
I'm Jamie.
And I'm Paul.
And this is Radio Free Endor, broadcasting from an old AT-AT on the forest moon of Endor.
Every month, we bring you a fantastic story intro, plus news and reviews, and occasional guest interviews that will give you the lighter side of the Force.
Subscribe to our podcast on iTunes at Radio Free Endor. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Radio Free Endor for the latest episodes and updates. And remember, Neverland on Alderaan.
Alderaan. Neverland on Alderaan.
There is so much happening at Celebration itself, but there's also a ton of stuff going on after the con each day. One event we are very excited about is being held the night of the opening day.
So on Thursday, April 13th, we hope all of you Skywalkers will join us for Drowning in Moonlight, the charity event held in honor of Carrie Fisher. Here to give us an update on this event is one of the organizers, Tyler Westhause.
Hey, Tyler.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me again. Happy to be back.
Well, thanks for coming back and talking with us as always. But now, for anyone who doesn't know about Drowning in Moonlight, can you give us an overview of this event?
Yeah, it's called Drowning in Moonlight. It's a memorial gala in honor of Carrie Fisher. As everybody in the Star Wars community knows, Carrie Fisher passed away at the end of last year, and we really wanted to do something to honor her. And by we, I mean me and a ton of members of the Star Wars community, the Skywalking crew included. So we're throwing a gala the night of celebration. It's going to be at the Rosen Center from 7:30 to 10:30. There's going to be dancing. There's going to be music. We're going to be giving stuff away in gigantic auctions and raffles. And I'll go through some of that stuff in a little bit. And then the big highlight of the night is we're doing a gigantic, and I emphasize the word gigantic because right now our list is like 30-something people.
Nice.
Podcast with tons of people in the community from every single network. There's going to be Star Wars authors on the panel. There's going to be podcasters. Richard and Sarah will be on the panel.
Woo-hoo.
It's going to be absolutely wild, and it's going to be in honor of Carrie. So there's going to be a lot of people who will be doing their best Carrie Fisher odes, I guess. And Carrie wasn't a quiet person, so it's going to be kind of raucous. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a nice party, and it really is just to honor her. All the proceeds towards the event are going towards Midnight Mission, which is a charity that Carrie supported for a long time. It's going to be a really great event. I'm very, very excited about it. I know you guys are too.
Absolutely. You know, and what is the charity about, Midnight Mission?
Midnight Mission is a charity that I believe it started in Los Angeles, and I think that's mostly where it's centered. Disenfranchised individuals who are homeless or recovering from substance abuse. Proceeds for them go towards finding housing, finding accommodations for them. It's a lot of individuals who are recovering from substance abuse and alcohol.
Wow.
Obviously, that's something that Carrie dealt with for a long time, and she was very passionate about it. And there's a lot of other celebrities who themselves have dealt with substance issues. Like I know Tim Allen is a big supporter, and Tim Allen had his own. He had his own wild years before Buzz Lightyear.
Right.
Yeah, little prison time there, Buzz, huh? Yeah. And I know this is one of the events that I'm really looking forward to because it's like We Are the World. It's like, do they know it's Christmas time, but for podcasters?
Oh, yeah. I think this might be the largest. Don't quote me, but I have no other knowledge of any other events that are going to have as many podcasters in one place aside from Celebration itself. There's going to be people from Full of Sith, from Coffee with Kenobi, from Jedi News, Star Wars Report. It's going to be an absolute madhouse, and it's going to in the absolute best way. I run the Star Wars Podcast Alliance, and you can go to the website StarWarsPodcastAlliance.com. Basically, every single show that's on that list right now, and that list is ever evolving, every single one of those hosts is going to be at the gala or will have some presence at the gala. And there's going to be, I can't announce it yet, but I can heavily imply that there might be some people who have been in the films themselves who will also be attending the gala.
Oh.
So speculate away on that. Once we have more information to confirm, we'll be doing that as well.
So are there any special guests you can share with us now?
Yeah, we do have a few special guests that we can confirm at the moment. We know Claudia Gray is going to be there. We know E.K. Johnson is going to be there. There's going to be a lot of Star Wars authors who are going to be there. We're still waiting on official confirmation. There's going to be a lot of really, really cool people there, and we're going to be announcing those people as we get confirmation on Twitter, and you can follow us on Twitter at Carrie Gala. There's no spaces. It's spelled how it sounds. So keep an eye on that Twitter account for more updates.
Wow.
Okay.
When do you think you'll be announcing your next guest?
What's today? Wednesday? Friday.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right. Now, what is the admission price per person for this?
The cost per ticket is $40, and the cost of that ticket goes towards the space that we're getting, and it goes towards the charity. We wanted to make it so that we'd be able to reserve the space and support the charity because that is what it's for. It's a charity gala. It's not just, hey, come and party.
Right.
There is a purpose to it, and we want to support the charity that Carrie honored and cared about so deeply. So it is $40 per person. We're going to have themed drinks and food there. There's going to be Carrie-themed drinks. If you are not of drinking age, we will have some stuff for you as well. I'm 20. I will be 20 at Celebration. I turn 21 the week after Celebration. I will not be. I think we have one of the drinks that I can say is called the Carrie Special, which is just a Coke with ice because she just drank Coca-Cola.
That's right.
So that's one that I can confirm. I would list some of the alcoholic beverages, but I don't drink, so I don't know what I'm talking about.
Well, I think the Coke that's perfect for her, the Carrie special. Aw.
Yeah. It's perfect for me too, given the law. So.
Yes. Oh, you shouldn't have told on the air that you're going to be 20.
I've already mentioned it many times before. I was on Steel Wars the other night with my buddy Steele Saunders, and it was a live call-in show, and his listeners had fun teasing me about that as well. So,
I bet. Wow.
The real problem is that my girlfriend is 22 and she is a bartender, so she will be drinking at the event, and I will just be sitting in the corner just enjoying the podcasts and moderating what I can. Trying to keep Richard going nuts.
Oh, that's going to be a full-time job.
Uh-huh.
Now, are there any discounts if anyone brings their dog?
If it's Gary Fisher, I'll let you in for free. How about that?
Oh. Okay, that's the direction I was going.
Yeah, I don't know if the hotel is animal friendly. You'll have to check with the Rosen Center in Orlando to see if the event is animal friendly. Right now, we don't have any restrictions.
You know what? You just slap one of those service dog vests on them, and they're good to go. By law, they can't say anything.
I think that might be illegal. So I'm going to let you say that, and I'm just going to say I'd like to see a dog or two there. So sure, bring a dog. Whatever.
I've got an unnamed friend whose mom orders these things online all the time for all her dogs. It says service pet, and they're at every single restaurant in the greater Los Angeles area.
No, I'm 6 feet tall, and I'm a 20-year-old man, and I have a Chihuahua. Do you think I could throw one of those on that and get away with it?
You know
awesome.
what? I will pay for a drink.
The Carrie special.
If you put a service dog vest on your Chihuahua.
If you buy it for me, sure, man. I'll get on it.
You know what? Send me measurements, and I will. That would be the funniest thing ever.
All right. Guys, I'll be right back. Got to go measure my Chihuahua, apparently.
Oh, we're going to go places with this.
Oh, my goodness.
Are there any drinks named after Gary?
Oh, I'm confident there will be. I'm not in charge of the drink policy, but I'm sure we're going to be announcing some of those. We've been doing a few how-to stuff on the Twitter account and retweeting some people who are making stuff for the event.
Ooh.
So I think it's very, very likely that you might see some tutorials of the drinks before and after the event.
That means we can taste them before. Just
Yeah.
to make sure that they're okay.
But you're only going to be able to get the real thing at Drowning in Moonlight, the Carrie Fisher Memorial Gala. April 13th, Thursday, 7:30 to 10:30. Have to get the plug in there again.
Yeah. Thursday, April 13th. Yeah, we're definitely going to be there. And this is one of the things that I'm looking forward to the most, because I love getting together with the fans, with the friends, with the other podcasters, and seeing how this is for charity only sweetens the deal.
Mm-hmm.
So lots of credit to you and the other organizers. Do you want to give them a shout out?
Oh, yeah. God, there are so many to name. The Tashi Station crew, Brian and Nancy, have been supremely helpful. Amanda from Tashi Station has really been spearheading the campaign. She is doing a fantastic, fantastic job. Brian and Amy from Full of Sith, my friend Mitch Dyer from EA, Tom from Del Rey. There are so many people. It would really take a while for me to list everybody who's contributed a lot. James Floyd, David Collins, you guys have contributed a lot in ways of support. Riley Blanton has done a ton of work. The Jedi News crew is crushing it.
Wow.
It's really a community-driven event. It's the community that's making the event happen. It's the community that's donating stuff for the auction. It's the community that's coming up with ideas for the drinks. It's really going to be great. And I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but the event is dress up or dress up. And what we mean by that is you can either wear fancy, nice clothing, which is what I will be doing because it is a gala, or you can show up in cosplay. That is more than welcome because this is happening during Celebration. And if you don't have fancy clothes and you don't have cosplay, we're still going to let you in at the door. But it's encouraged, but feel free to show up in whatever makes you comfortable. It's an event to enjoy, not to walk around feeling stiff.
Are there any special prizes for those who come as a Carrie Fisher character?
Oh.
Whether it's a Star Wars character, or Blues Brothers, Under the Rainbow?
You know, we might be doing something like that, Richard, but I couldn't possibly comment at this moment in time. Wink, wink.
Okay.
Whoa. What can you possibly mean with that overly subtle wink, wink?
Overly subtle.
But speaking of which, what other activities are planned?
Oh, man. No, we got Steve from San Diego Sabres. He's a guy who reached out to me a little while ago. He'll be at the event and giving a free lightsaber lesson. So he'll be showing you how to compete in combat with lightsabers, how to do different lightsaber forms. He'll have a station set up there. We're going to have a photo booth set up. We're going to have a glitter stand set up because Carrie Fisher was very big on glitter. If you ever saw her one-woman show, that's going to be a big part of it. Like I said, we got the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
We have door prizes and some raffle prizes, so we're going to be doing that throughout the night. We have an auction. One of the things for the auction is we have 4 VIP tickets for a Conan O'Brien show. That's going to be really cool. We're going to be auctioning off some combat lightsabers from San Diego Sabers that Steve is supplying with us. We're going to be giving away some special custom-made helmets that Savannah Kiefer is helping us out with. Mm-hmm. And then just for the door prizes and the raffle stuff, we have some really, really great stuff. DK Publishing has supplied a lot of really cool Star Wars books. I know Brian and Nancy are getting inundated with books, and their mail just won't stop coming. The Jakara is going to be very heavy when they drive down to Orlando.
Wow.
One of the most recent things we got is we have hardcover copies of every single new canon novel that's come out so far. And Thrawn is coming out a few days before Celebration. We're including Thrawn in this.
Wow.
It is very hard to find the hardcover copies of some of these books now. And it's not just the books. They are all signed.
Wow.
So we will be giving away that set as a part of our raffle. And you get that just for walking in the door. Those can go on eBay for a lot more than the $40 ticket. And you get entered just by attending the event. We have 20 copies of Bloodline that are signed, the Barnes & Noble edition that come with the poster we're going to be giving away. We have Walt Disney World Park Harbor passes that we're going to be giving away, copies of The Princess Diarist,
Goodness.
Copies of Moving Target, signed copies of Princess Leia #1. We have some Funkos that we're going to be giving away. We have some Lucasfilm items that we can't give details on yet, but we'll have some stuff from there. Some stuff from Fantasy Flight, some stuff from Topps. It's we got a lot of stuff.
Well, this is the party to go to.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. Hey, I've got an idea for an activity. We need to do a New Year's Eve kind of countdown, and then when it reaches 1, everyone just glitter bombs everyone.
I would not be surprised if something like that happens, but I will be in the corner trying not to get my suit ruined. So if you want to do that, feel free. I'm just going to be running away.
All right, this sounds exciting. So if the Skywalkers want to get tickets, how would they do that?
You can go to drowningandmoonlight.com. We have like 16 buttons on there that say purchase tickets, buy tickets. Like I said, tickets are $40. April 13th, Thursday at the Rosen Center, 7:30 to 10:30, right after the first day of Celebration. It's going to be a ton of fun. You can follow the updates on Twitter at Carrie Gala. It's spelled how it sounds. There's no spaces in there. If you want some updates from me, because I'll be giving some updates as well, you can check out my Twitter at @TWesthouse, at TWESTHAUSE. I'll be updating some stuff in there. You can also join the Skywalking Facebook group, because I'm going to be posting some stuff in there as well, because that's a really great community of fans in there, and we want to make sure that you guys are all up to date on what's happening with the event.
Great.
Wow. We were excited before we started talking to you, but now we're even more excited.
Yeah.
For this. So,
yeah, you've got me.
So thank you to you and all the organizers for putting this together. It's just going to be an unbelievable night.
Oh, it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, you got me all amped up. So thank you so much, Tyler, for joining us.
And we'll see you in a few weeks.
Thank you guys for having me. See you soon.
That wraps up episode 158 of
Skywalking Through Neverland.
And part 2 of our Star Wars Celebration Orlando Survival Guide tips and comments.
Now, we would like to thank Elliot Hansen, DJ Elliot, Patty Hammond, Tyler Westhause, and all of you Skywalkers for taking the time out of your schedules and listening, or periscope walking, or face hugging.
Nicely said. And thank you once again for taking out your time and ordering Rob Dellinger's Awesome Jingle Mix Volume 1.
Woohoo!
Because still at this point, we are the only show to ever have a soundtrack.
A podcast soundtrack, yes. And once again, that's called the Skywalking Through Neverland Awesome Jingle Mix Volume 1. So if you purchase that on all digital platforms, it's available, even iTunes, you will help support the show by supporting Rob Dellinger. Also, if you want to help support Skywalking Through Neverland, please consider going to TeePublic and purchasing our new Star Wars Celebration Orlando design. The Force is strong in our family of Skywalkers. It's a great design, and you can go there by going to skywalkingthroughneverland.com and clicking on the Support Us tab. And that way you will be booted right to our TeePublic shop.
Those are the exclusive Celebration Orlando shirts.
Yes.
Exclusive.
Exclusive, only available for a limited time.
Which means I have to have one because they're exclusive.
Yes, that's true.
And you know what you Skywalkers have to have? More time in your schedule to listen to awesome shows over there at retrozap.com.
Yeah. Like Brews and Blasters,
The Sandcrawler Podcast,
Kanata's Castle,
Beltway Banthas,
Starship Sabers and Scoundrels,
The Deucecast Movie Show,
Techno Retro Dads,
and Talking Apes TV.
Yay!
Now, you can also find Skywalking Through Neverland at jedinews.co.uk, and we are still celebrating the 20th anniversary of the Star Wars Special Editions with the blog I had written celebrating Star Wars Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, which has its 20th anniversary for Jedi in 13 more days.
Yay! And I want to say a big hi to Lisa Dullard. It's her first time viewer. This was fun. So yay!
Hey, Lisa.
Henry says, hey, we're live. Yay!
Yay!
Okay. All right. Well, if you want the conversation to continue beyond our Periscope Live or our Facebook Live or this show that you're listening to right now, you can follow us on Twitter or Instagram or Periscope, and we are at SkywalkingPod. You can also email us, share@skywalkingthroughneverland.com, and you can join our Facebook group. Our Facebook group is full of amazing Skywalkers. We are all making friends there. Like, it's a great way to make friends with the listeners of the show and not just interact with us, but interact with listeners, which is amazing. So, there. Yeah.
And it's amazing that the Skywalkers are forming their own meetups in their own states.
Yeah, it's really cool. So, there is a 2-step process to join that Facebook group. Okay, you ready?
Ready.
First of all, you have to go to Facebook and search for the group by searching Skywalking Through Neverland group, and you can request to join there, but then you have to find us on another social media, and you have to request, say, hey, I requested to join Skywalking Through Neverland group, please let me in. I am a Skywalker.
Yeah.
Not a weirdo. We get a lot of requests per day, you guys, and you have to do that 2-step process.
By weirdos, we're not discriminating. We just don't want people to come on and spam.
It's true. Yeah, so we're keeping out the spammers. We're keeping it very family-friendly, fun, positive, everything that a Facebook group should be.
All right, so the gardeners are now here, which means a lot of background noise. So
That's true.
Go ahead and wrap this up and say, listen to our bloopers and outtakes and bits of the conversations that didn't fit into the show, including my helpful tips about what to do with your children at Celebration Orlando.
Your tips, huh?
Yes.
Okay, and you don't have kids?
No, but I've got a great idea of what to do with them.
Oh boy.
I cut that part out of the main part of the show.
Okay, well, after you do that, always remember...
Neverland on Alderaan.
Some imagination, huh?
To our Skywalkers and Tweetwalkers, thanks for listening. Skywalking Through Neverland is created and produced by Richard and Sarah Woloski. Original music by Rob Dellinger. Creative consultant Mark Augushowitz. Technical advisor Peter Heitman. Facebook administrators Donald Wicks, Joey Pittman, and Norma Heitman.
Skywalking Through Neverland is intended for entertainment and information purposes only. Any sounds, music, and clips played during this podcast are the property of their copyright holders. All original content is property of Skywalking Through Neverland, all rights reserved. Sorry, had to be said. All right, are we recording?
Yes.
Oh, we are recording. Oh, you didn't say that. Maybe you did, but I didn't.
did.
Yeah,
you didn't hear, because you were reading all the comments.
Yes, well, look at all this.
I know, it's
you know
cool.
What? Can we get a mirror and show everyone what we're looking at?
No.
Okay. There's
Not
3
right now.
monitors and it's
Tim.
kind of
Yeah, Star Wars Fan Dad. Yes. We know who that is.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
All right, and here we go. Now you go. Action.
So one of the most common questions we've been asked is, what can we do with our kids at Celebration? So Skywalking Through Neverland Facebook admin Patty Hammond, she is here to help parents tell... Bleh. Let's try that again. All right. Radio Free Endor. And yay. Okay, here we go. Now, one of the most common questions we've been asked is, what can we do with our kids at Star Wars Celebration? Well, we don't have kids, so we called on Skywalking Through Neverland Facebook group admin, Patty Hammond, and she is here to help parents tell what they can do with their younglings.
How about one more time?
Well, this is not a complete sentence.
That's why we have rehearsals.
Is here to describe. Oh, no, crap. I messed it up.
Again! Again!
I said crap. That's not a bad word.
Come on, that'll get us booted off of India.
Nuh-uh.
Yes, it will. All right, there you go. Perfect. Okay. Perfect. All right. Take 3.
Okay. Well, okay.
All right.
Help, but we're missing a verb here. Is here to help parents, to help tell parents?
No.
To help parents describe. No, I don't know, but we need a verb.
Okay.
Yes, you read that already.
Okay.
Because I remember saying things we want to share.
All right.
Bum-ba-dum-ba-dum, says Jeremy Hunt.
Have your younglings stand in line for you.
Depends on how old that young... Chickafant, does Chickafant stand in line for you guys? For Chickafant's parents?
That's not a bad idea.
Does that work? That would be funny.
All right. Moving right along.
All right.
All right. Now, while doing research into our tips and comments for our survival guide...
Do it again.
Okay. I find myself wanting to read these. Okay.
I know. You already read them.
All right. Now, let's do this.
Okay.
Let's go.
Why'd you do that?
I don't know. All right. Getting giddy. Getting late. Let's go.
Everyone berate him.
No. They did that enough, okay? Stop sending me pictures of squirrels. Freaks me out.
Those are cute.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
No, they're not.
All right.
Joey! Why do you do this? Joey just sent me 5 emojis of secret squirrels. Stop! Oh, freaks me out.
Okay.
Everywhere I look.
That's so mean.
You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and throw away our recorder.
No!
Yes, then they'll stop following me.
Bad.
Once we start throwing...
Okay. All right. On Thursday, April 13th, we hope all of you Skywalkers will join us. Bleh.
Well, all right, so can you put your kid on a shuttle, send him to Disneyland, to Disney World, and then when the panel is over, just go to Disney and find him somewhere. He'll be on a teacup or Star Tours.
I don't know about that, Richard.
See, that's why we have you on here, Patty.
And that's why we don't have kids.
Because we would keep losing them. Richard, where's little Luke? Last time I saw him, he was on the Matterhorn. I don't know at this point.
Wow.
Go check child services.
Go check Disney
I am
jail.
sure that's not on the map. Or the app. That's another good piece of advice, by the way.
All right, great. Now, just to recap, you cannot check your kids in at bag check or lost and found.
I would not advise that, no.
Okay, good. All right, just want to make sure. We want to completely cover all the parents' questions.
Sarah, you got to make sure he doesn't have that as the advice.
All right, well, I just want to make sure we're all clear on this.
Okay, I won't let him write an article about the kids and bringing them to Celebration.
There are a lot of parents out there like, you know what? I'm kind of on Richard's side about this.
Okay, fine. Tweet at us.
If we can find him, if we can throw him in Lost and Found for a panel or two, we'll be so much happier.
Okay, well, after you do that, always remember
to tell the gardeners to come after your recording session.
I know, right? Lots of spammers. Yeah, Patty is on it.
Yeah, Patty, you are on that.